At the very heart of the Christian story is that what crept into our lives put us at enmity with God, and that there's a reconciliation that needs to take place. And that reconciliation is the human story.
A story that includes reconciling with our enemies, even if that means going behind prison walls.
I think about Jesus when he was asked to actually endorse the policy of an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, and he said, "You've heard it said, an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. But I tell you this, do not resist an evil person." Our systems are designed to be able to resist evil people. The reason why Jesus said, don't resist an evil person, is because when you don't resist, and what's the opposite of resisting? It's engaging. When you engage them, you begin to see the humanity. You begin to see that they are not simply their crime.
VG challenged herself to see Kesavan's humanity while he was serving his sentence for second-degree murder. She reconnected with him when he walked into the church where she was leading worship.
And then we just started talking, and he was still in the community prison, and so I couldn't call him, but he got my number and he kept calling. And I would say, okay, God, what do I do with this? Because I wanted to be an encourager, but I also didn't want to lead him on.
But over time, their friendship deepened.
I once had the opportunity to say, hey, if I were to end up with a guy, it would be somebody who loves God as much as you.
Their relationship grew from platonic friendship to wanting lifelong companionship, a change that reflects how far Kesavan has come.
So in terms of transformation, I had known him to be a good person. I met him briefly before graduating from school, so I really didn't get to know him personally, but when he told me about his lifestyle as a teenager, and then to see who he is right now and what God is doing, only God could have done that in his life.
It's people and organizations like CJI that have helped transform Kesavan. Such influences continue to be a part of his life today.
I have met some of the people who have been a major influence in his life, in his spiritual walk. From the time he was in prison to being out, they've been such encouragement and such a source of support for the both of us.
Kesavan and VG live out what it means to resist evil and embrace humanity. They now work together in crime prevention, positively influencing youth in their community.
It's about if we're able to influence people to keep them away from prison, from making decisions that are detrimental, it's always better, because trying to deal with it after the fact, you have to deal with the damage and the hurt that has been caused. So working ahead of time and perhaps planting seeds of, okay, these are the right decisions, good influences, why the church is there in the community, to use those resources.
For Listen Up TV, I'm Hannah Vanderkoy.